Hello everyone, I am Abhay. Today I will discuss the problems for Virtual Contest 28. Before starting, let's have a look on the standings. And yes, if you're liking my videos and if it is beneficial for you, do give a like and subscribe to the channel. So yeah, today we get 63 participants, and if I remember yesterday I get 42 participants. So yeah, we have increment of 20. So that's great. And everyone solves the A, and 99.9 98% solve B. And yes, yeah, let's continue with the problems. The first question was Z sort. um, yeah, in this question we have to sort an array in such a way that all the even places of this of that array must be bigger than the before, and all the odd places of the array must be lesser than the previous element. Like in this array, uh, so yeah, let's do with the opboard. Like in this array 1 3 2 to 5. So yeah, 1 3 2 2 5. What we need to do is like we have to make an array, means we have to rearrange this like all the even places must contain, like these are the even places, like they must contain they must be more than the previous element, and all the odd indices are must be less than the previous indices. So yeah, what we can do is like what I did is firstly I sort the array 1 2 2 3 and 5. Now I start placing in the right order, means from 0 to 1. First I places like 1 here, cover this, like then I place 2 here, then I place 2 here, then I place 3 here, then I place 5 here. Now you can simply observe that uh, this is the even place, this is more than before, this is even place, this is more than before, this is the odd place, this is lesser than the previous one, this is the odd place, this is lesser than the previous one, because this is happening in such a way like as we have sorted the array, and we have first we have placed the minimum elements of, like we have to sort the array, and we have the minimum n by 2 elements in the first place, so we have placed the minimum elements at the odd indices, and definitely we will get the maximum elements which must be more than and equal to the even odd indices, because we have placed the odd indices with the minimum element of the array. So yeah, here's a proof of the logic what I did is, and this is what I implement, and let's check the implementation also. So yeah, firstly I sort the array and increase this index of from starting, like where is about, like I am choosing one again, first, second, and then third, then fourth and fifth, placing at the odd even order. So yeah, this index will count that. Firstly I'm placing from 0, and then increment in 2, placing the odd in odd places one by one, filling the odd places of the answer, then filling the even places of the answer. So yeah, as the index start from the 0, so I don't confuse with the 0 and 1, like 1 is a for even. So yeah, and print the answer. So this was a problem 1 A. Let's move on to problem B. The name is Little Elephants and the Numbers. Here we are given with the integer x, and we have to find a positive integer d such that d is a divisor of x, and x and d must have one common same digit in the decimal representation. Like here we have 10. We have to find the number of d's, how many number of d's. So that's why I have took the time, because I am calculating d. In the first example I have 10. So how many divisors of 10? 1 2 5. uh, so in the decimal representation of 5, we have to take the number of divisors of 10. So we have to count how many find the number of integers d, how many number of integers d between in the factors of x have contains the same number, contains even at least one common number. So yeah, in the like I have did something wrong, like in this 1 2 5 and 10, these are the decimal divisors of 10. So here I have get 1 which is matching with this one, and 10 itself match with itself. Let's take the example of 2. 2 have the 1 and 2, so only 2 matches with 2, so answer will be 1. Here the answer is 2. Let's take another example, like I take a number like 11, not 17. So in the case of 17, I will the devices are 1 and 17, so 17 only matches with 17 and the 1 matches with the 1, so answer will be 2. So yeah, I the first I the thing the approach comes in mind is like the first I store all the devices of the given number x. I will store the all the devices in the given number of x, or store all the devices of x, and I iterate over the divisors. Like here I get 1 2 5 and 10 for x equal to 10. So I will check that any of them matches, any of their decimal representation matches or not. If matches, I will do the count plus plus. So and this is I done by me. Let's check how I did. um, yeah, firstly I store the divisor of x in the divisor div vector list, and initially the count is 0, and I form a function check div, in which I am storing the bit representation of n in nd and bit representation of x in xt. Here n is the current divisor and we have to check from the x, so x is same as x. So if I am running the loop iterating like brute force, if any of them matches, then I will return true. If neither of them matches, I will return false. If I get true, so I will increase the count and print the count. So yeah, this is the problem B. So great. Let's move on to problem C. So in this question we are given with an integer n, and we can perform operation like we can multiply it by x, and we can do the square root of the number n. We have to make the n small as possible. So it's a approach like we are given 20. What initially what you can think about is prime factors. Yeah, you can first you must think about the prime factors, then yeah, I will explain right now. So yeah, given number is 20. We will divide 20 into 1 into 1 is not used in this case, 2 into 2 into 5. So definitely it will be broken into the multiplication of the prime factors. So here if we can write this as this into 5 raised to power 1. So what we have to do is we have to minimize this, and we can do definitely we have to minimize this, so we have to use the square root operation. Square root, it will cancel the if we have the perfect square in it, so it will cancel it out. And to make perfect square we have operation of multiplication. So here what we can do is we check that we have the power of 2, that is 2, and here I have 1, so I will make this also power this as 2 and take 2 as a common and do the square root, and I will found this 2 into 5, that is 10. So it is always possible that we will achieve only the single power of like this. Always this will be the answer. Like if I have the number like 30, then the representation will be like what will be it? 3 into how many 2's? 2 into 5. So there is no need, it is minimum itself. Let's make it more complex. Let's took, what should I take? 30, 30, let's multiply again by 2. 30, 60. Let's make it 60. So here will power will 2. So what we can do is we can multiply the both with 3 into 5. Like here I am writing 3 into 5, but we will multiply it by 15. So after multiplying this by 15, we can get 2 and 2. And here the one operation of multiplication, and again the one operation of square root, and we will cancel this all by this, and I will get minimum, that is 16,530. So conclusion is, uh, we can get the minimum, we can change the n into multiplication of prime factors. Minimum, like here a minimum power, like each of power is 1, we can change the 20 into the unique prime factors, multiplication of unique prime factors. So for this, what let me clear this. What we can do is, like, let me take this simpler example. Here the power is also the power of 2. Let's again multiply it by 2. Like I take 40. Now we have 2 raised to power 3 into 5 raised to power 1. So for this, firstly I calculate the maximum power of 2, the maximum power of all the given prime factors. Here it is 3. So I change this to the next power of 2, because definitely if it is 3, then we can't take the square root of this. Then I'll change it to next power, it is 4. This can be possible in one multiplication, like here I need 2. Here I am missing 1 multiplication by 2, here I am missing the 3 multiplication by 5 raised to power 3. So I will do 1 multiplication by this and I achieve this state. And after achieving this state, like here the I have power 4. So yeah, you know that we will be getting the next power of next max power, which is multiplication of 2. Now now our task is to square root. Then how many square root operation? Definitely if it is power, we will check how many power, like 4 is a power of 2, then we will need 2 square roots. So answer will be 2 plus 1. Here 2 refers to this how many square roots we have taken, and 1 will be refers for the multiplication, if we need multiplication or not. So yeah, for checking the multiplication, we will check the maximum power, like in that previous case, to 10, like 10 is equal to 2 into 2 into 5. Here the maximum is 2, which is a power, a complete power of 2. Here the minimum power is 1, which is not a complete power of 2. That means we need a multiplication. If I have 50, that is no, not 50, yeah, 2 raised to power, oh sorry, 20. If I have, sorry, here will be 20. If I have 100, that is 2 raised to power 2 into 5 raised to power 2. So that means the maximum power, maximum count of power is also 2, and the minimum is also 2. So I don't need any multiplication, because the power is the power of 2. That means it will cancel out by square roots. So here also the need of square root also 1. So my answer will be 1, and the value will be changed to 10. So yeah, this is we need to implement. Yeah, I got wrong answer because of the case of 1 and when n is equal to 1. So I will explain it. Yeah, for n is equal to 1, that means we don't need to do any square root, just need to multiply. Because for n is equal to 1, we have to make it 2. We need multiplication by 2. So yeah. For initially, what I did is I take pair vector, and here what I did is, yeah, I am storing the prime factors uh, till n, and no, like we are given n and storing the factors, prime factors which divides n, and count store the frequency of their powers, and I is the prime factor. Like for 10, uh, for 10 our array will be like 420, sorry, 420 our array will be I have the factors 1, 2, 1 will be not considerable, 2, because we have to consider 5, 2, so count of 2 will be 2, count of 5 will be 1, so this will be my array. So yeah, here I have stored this array in the prime pr vector pr, and now in the max power I will store the maximum count of the powers, that is 2 in this case, and in the min power variable I will store the minimum power, maximum in the maximum and minimum power in the minimum, while traversing the full pr vector. So I will like this is the I got the maximum power, so I will check, I will generate a new power which is just more than the given maximum power. If so yeah, now I have here I need to find how many square roots should I do to reach the max power, so I increase the answer also for the here I have the initial max power is equal to 4, so I need one multiplication, that is make 2, again one multiplication to make 4, and now 4 will be less than 4, so this condition become false, and we get the answer, square roots as in the answers, that is 2. So yeah, now if the max I have the max power for the given n in max and the minimum power in min, if the perfect power if the perfect power is 2, like that I explained in the case of 100, like in the case of 100, let's take into 900, like in the 900, 2 raised to power 2 into 3 raised to power 2 into 5 raised to power 2, here the maximum is also 2, here the minimum is also 2, minimum of 2 to 2 is also 2. So here, which is the complete power? Which is the complete power of 2? 2 raised to power 1 is also 2. So in this case, we don't need any multiplication. So our answer will be same. Otherwise, our multiplication will be increased by 1. Our multiplication will be increased by, so our answer will be this plus 1. So yeah, this is the problem. Which problem it is? Problem number. This is problem C. So yeah, let's move on to D. Merge equals. Like here we are given array of positive integers, and while there are at least two equal numbers, we can perform operation like so here what we have the given is, we are given an array, and if we find any two equal numbers, like here I am traversing 3 4 1 2 and 2, I find two equals 2 and 2, so what can I do is I will replace 2 with their sum with the leftmost present bit, like I have 1 3 2 1 2, so yeah, like here I have count is 1, here I have count is 1, here is count is 1, here the count I become 2 1, so I what I will do is I will replace erase 1 here and do 2 here, because the operation is, if we found any number twice, we will replace the rightmost number by the sum of the both number. So now here I have 2, here I have 2, so I will delete both of them, and like I will delete this and change this by 4, and now I have all the unique elements, so I will print 3 4 and 2. So yeah, what I try to do is yeah, this is the similar the as explained, the same thing I done in the implementation, like 1 3 2 4 1. oh sorry, let's make it complex. 3 2 1. Yeah, I am traversing. If I found more than one, then I will make this index -1 to identify that in the answer. Like here I have related, and the next index where it is coming, I will multiply that index by 2 because it is getting added into it, so it will become 4. So again I'm traversing. If the this is more than 2, then like first I need to do from with 3, like this is coming, so I will delete this and update this by 6. Then here it is, I will delete this and update this by 4 and get 6. So I like, let's check the implementation firstly, how I implement this same. Yeah, this is like what comes in the mind, just implement it. So here I take the inputs and I take a map. Here is a map name checked. So what I'm doing is, initially the map is empty, no elements. So till the first occurrence, the this loop uh, will not run, because here I am finding the another occurrence of a of I. So initially we are showing the a of I index of current element in the map. So whenever the second index will occur, like whenever the a of I will occur again, so it will find the map, and it is also not -1, means it is also not rejected. So I will make that value -1 and also in the map, and update that value with multiply by 2. So yeah, this is just implementation. And here is the answer. Like I took the answer variable, and where the -1, like I did the -1 which I have rejected, and without including the -1, I just push that array to answer and print the answer. Here is the implementation of the D. I think this is the basically the getting the idea and just implement it. I think this can also be implemented via this set. Like we choose a set and storing the uh, like here I have the set, and I push the elements like here 1 3 2 1, like 1 occurrence with 0 index, 1 occurrence with 3 index, 3 occurrence with 1 index, 2 occurrence with 1 index. I will check that if both the first elements are equal, set we will take the set of pairs. Yeah, that's right. If the both elements are equal, I will delete this and I will multiply by 2, and yeah, that will go on. And again definitely I did this wrong, this will come over. And again this other, if these both are same first index, then I will delete, because definitely if the set is there, this third 3 will come up and 1 will come up. Then I will delete the upper one and uh, change this by 4. Now the set will become 3 1 and 4 3. So definitely this will be the answer. The set implementation can also be done in this question. So let's move on to I guess E. So yeah, E was quite amazing question. Like in this question, we are given an array, distinct containing distinct number from 1 to n. We have to sort this array. The operation we can do is we can choose to index I and j, and uh, if those difference between those two numbers plus 1 indexes is a prime number, then we can swap them, and we need to minimize the operations. And here is also the condition we can do is at most an operation. Yeah, I was not able to do that problem in the contest. So it's my advice to everyone that at least they must solve till T, and also till solve E after tutorials. So yeah. Now I'm going to solve E. Like I have some idea in my mind how I can build this out. So what I was doing, I have done till now in this question is, I have taken the inputs in A and the store their current index in I try to manage like all the values will be also like 0, 2 and -1, not 1 based. So here I have done store the primes in P primes, all the primes till I have taken this 1 e6 2 raised to power 17, store primes in P. Then I was thinking like, here the first example is 3 to 1. What I can do is 3 2 1. If this is not in the correct place, like here indexes are 1 2 3 and they are needed to be at index, here this index would be 1, it is correct index, sorry, uh, this index would be 0, correct index, and this index should be 2. So what I thought is, I will check the maximum prime which is lesser than equal to is his the required position. Like here the required position is 2 and it is at 0. So I will traverse, I will do the binary search over all the primes and find the maximum prime which is lesser than equal to this the required index, and swap them and again check by till if it not in the worst case can be, I think that this type of thing can be done under 4 n operations, because if it is the worst case like 3 n operations, if the worst case, yeah, this is the worst case, like we have the 100 operations, like all are sorted and we have just two unsorted, two first and last. So what we can do is, it will take like we will took one prime, like this is prime index, we will swap this and 100 will come here and this will come here, like this is x, and again we will swap these two. uh, yeah, it will can take up to how many primes can build a number. We have it will take operations but it must be less than 300, like n log n, how log n 100 log n time is like approx 40 50. Yeah, it, yeah, this will get accepted. Yeah, I will try to build the binary search operation. Let's check if it get accepted or not. If it get accepted, yeah, it will be a bingo. So yeah, let's try. Let's take the 2 pointers, l is equal to 0 and r is equal to as size of primes. Let's do the binary search. Sorry. Binary search, let's check, take the mid. Let's check the mid. So now if position minus the mid, the prime at the mid is lesser than the current index of the wrong element, so we will do the right is equal to mid, otherwise we will do the left is equal to mid, because we will store the answer will be indefinitely in left because we are getting the lesser than equal to the prime. So I will I have taken two a and b to store the swap ones, like which two I will swap. So I will push uh, position minus p of left plus 1 in the A with I will swap this with and with position plus 1 because because the current position in the position uh, and the sorted one in the I. So I found the prime which is p of L. The as L will give the closest range to the maximum prime, so position minus prime will replace the position and sorry B, and also this will be values will be changed in the B also. So yeah. And B of I must be equal to pos minus P of L. Let's check. Already all right here, and let's swap the value in the A of pos swapped with the A of pos minus P of L, and the position will be decreased by as we have swapped, and position will be decreased by the prime number. So we will decrease position by prime, and yeah, while position will not equal to the current, like we will do search from the maximum prime, and yeah, we will move on. So yeah, we will and log, and this is the log operations. So yeah, this must work correctly. So let's try it out. See out size of A, how many operations we did, and now print the swaps. Let's check. Yeah, I'm getting some garbage extreme. Oh yeah, it is not N, it is exit of size of A. Yeah, let's check for the second case. Is it 0? Yeah, is it 0? Let's check for the third case. 241224. Yeah, it is working for the given cases. Let's implement it. All right. It is showing the primes. Again, I am running for that. I am finding till it is not reached the current position. I will do the search on the primes. I will find the maximum value of the prime, which is less than equal to the reachable position, and I will swap them. Uh, so yeah, and print the swap value stored in the AMD. Yeah, let's check. Yeah, I did. All right. Yeah, let's check. Yeah, it's got a subject. Yeah, bingo. Time is 7:79. Yeah, cool. How much time we are given the question? Yeah, 2 seconds. Yeah, it's good. It's very good. So yeah, this is the tutorial for the virtual continuous gate. Yeah, two solve till D, and yeah, we got 79. Yeah. Oh yeah, extremely great. Like many of them are up solving, trying to do more. Yeah. Here, great. I'm this make my day. So yeah, let's meet in the next virtual. Happy birthday. Good night.